Okay, go ahead and tell us about Camp Jefferson.
I'll be glad to do that because I think it's such a wonderful place for children and grown-ups and everybody. So we're having a great time out here today, and I would like to tell you a little bit about the history. 100 years ago, there was nothing on this hill except wonderful buffalo grass that can take the sun. There were no trees that were planted on the hill. There were trees around in the draw, and then of course the river down below. That's what it was like 100 years ago. So it's a very, very different place today. But it was known to the pioneers. There was an old trail that came up from Kansas called the Old Funston Trail, and it came across the campground and crossed the river about where the bridge is now and connected to the Oregon Trail. And so at night, the old timers tell us that the cabins, that the wagons circled up here on the hill, and that was where they spent the night and they felt comfortable. But it was a great place for them to stop because the river was there for horses and oxen, and there's a wonderful spring out beyond the swimming pool, which is still there, still going, and that was just ideal. About that time, Fairbury was becoming a town, and they had a YWCA, YMCA there, and they thought, we're going to need to have a camp for the boys. And they began looking at land, and they scouted a lot of places, and they found this. It's 40 acres, and it was up on the hill, it had the river, and it had the spring, and they said, this is ideal. So they signed a lease for 10 years and began to think about how they might do. So of course the first thing they needed was the mess hall. So in 1921 the mess hall was built, and then they needed a place for the cooks to sleep at night. So, you know, this is the little cook's cabin. When we were managing it, it was full of lumber and stuff. We cleaned it out, and in there was one of the old beds, and it was 4 posts with a canvas sling across it. And then, of course, they didn't have electricity, so they had to have a lantern and the heavy mess trays. And they had to get the water from that spring and bring it up to the hill for washing hands, doing dishes, whatever, you know. In fact, they did that for, I think, 6 years before the windmill company gave us a windmill, and they dug a well and set the windmill up just north of Bailey Hall. And that was wonderful to have water accessible like that. Yeah. So that's kind of how it got started, and Heston's Corporation had moved here to Fairbury, and he was a very successful businessman, very generous to help the camp. And so just a short ways into their taking over and into them setting up the YMCA camp, he said, you know, I'll buy the land and give it to you if you'll develop it. Well, of course, the governing board said they would. So he bought the land and gave it to the YMCA board for $1. And eventually the YMCA board faded out. They couldn't keep up with regulations, and it became just Camp Jefferson. But they wanted to serve the whole area, so they named it that.
Okay. And so the oldest building is the mess hall, which is what they're raising funds to replace, which is very much needed.
Very much needed, yes indeed. It's going to be air conditioned and have a safe room. It'll be really nice.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Can you hang on a minute? Okay, Tom, tell me what you're doing.
You ready? It's going to fire up. It's going to go up in the air there, and it'll probably land near where you're at.
Okay. So have you been entertaining kids this afternoon?
Yeah.
2,
2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
5 when it finally. I just so hot.
Ponca Cabin.
Get in, guys.
What you making?
What are you making, Madison? Where are we going to put this? We're going to hang it outside the camp? Or?
Oh, neat.
She's going to write happy camping on it. Huh?
Cool. You guys having a good time today?
Yeah. It was a good idea to have this out here, I think. Huh. It's fun, huh?
I know you're still
What's your name?
My name is Ulubek, and my surname is Abdulkarim.
And you're from?
I am from Uzbekistan, Central Asia.
Okay. And you're a SCC student?
Yeah, I am an SCC student in a political science major.
Okay. And so what are you doing at Camp Jefferson today?
I am today doing my volunteering job here. This is my first time being here, and I like it very much.
Okay. So what have you got to do today?
Today I have helped with stickers, like distributing stickers to other people, and I helped to children how to play soccer. I teach them. I taught them how to play soccer, and then what else? Yeah, I helped to other people who were doing their dog show. I helped to feed them and to give them some.
So you're having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a very good time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay.
So tell me how the day's gone.
It's really exceeded my expectations today. We had people showing up right at 1 o'clock, even a little bit before maybe. It's just been a real steady flow ever since then. I think our best count right now is over 200 guests through the camp. It's been a real resounding success. I think we've had a lot of great cooperation from different organizations, businesses, and individuals that have helped keep people's attention and helped keep things entertaining throughout the afternoon. And some things are winding down now, but we still got plenty to go yet in the next hour and a half.
Okay, and explain to me real quick on the new mess hall, the location of it.
Well, of course, again, Camp Jeffer Fun Day is about uniting camp with community, and so it's got a multiple purpose here. In part, we just wanted to open the camp up to the people of the Fairbury area for a day, in case they haven't been out here for a while, or perhaps never been out here, which is the case for some folks, believe it or not, who, even those that have grown up here. But also, we wanted to draw attention today to our current fundraising project, which is a campaign for a new dining hall. And what we're going to do, Vicki, is we're going to tear down the existing dining hall as well as the craft building over here. And we're going to have a new 4,500 square foot combination dining hall and craft center, basically in the space between where these current buildings are. It's going to extend out to about the south end of this craft center, and it's going to go about halfway into the where the current dining hall sits right now. It'll be bigger than both of these buildings separately, and it will incorporate a storm shelter, a safe room that meets federal safe room guidelines, and is going to be a great addition to the camp.
Okay, great. Okay, so good day.
Great
overall.
day. Great day. I think everybody who's been out here has had a lot of fun, and hopefully it's something that we'll be able to keep going, maybe as an annual event. But we'll take it one year at a time. But it's been a great day so far.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Vicki.
Inside out and back.
Why don't you go hold that one? And now you're going to catch one. She wanted to get on there though.
I caught her. No, I got it. Like a champ.
All right, I think she does.
All right, Cody.
Yeah, it was like that big, right? I'm Sandy.
Ron is the president of the board of directors of Camp Jefferson, and that's why I think it's appropriate for him to say some words.
Well, mainly, I'd just like to thank everyone for being here today. I think it's been an unqualified success for a first venture, and we're going to take a hard look maybe at making this an annual event for the camp. I also appreciate everyone's help on the fundraising effort. I don't know what kind of results we have had today as far as funds are concerned, but that wasn't the main purpose. We wanted to give the people of the community a chance to get reacquainted with the camp. Some people hadn't been here for a long time to see what's been going on, and we thought this was a way of tying our camp more to the community. So we're really glad to have that opportunity. The weather was with us, and we had so much help. I want to express my appreciation to all the board members who worked so hard. Barry, for all the responsibility you assumed on this, and also for all of the non-board members who put in so much time, and finally all of those who made it worthwhile by showing up here today. I hope that I hope that within the next 2 or 3 weeks that we're going to be in a position to make an important announcement about where we've gone with our campaign for the dining hall. It's looking very promising. We're getting close, and we're very, very hopeful that we'll have something in the way of good news to report soon. Thank you.